Long time no see, gremlins. We're sorry it's been so long, but we've been hard at work on other projects that sometimes take us away from pursuing the spirit world. But fret not, we are back and promise we won't be away so long next time. In this edition of the Night Crew, we follow up in our series of investigations into the Butterworth Mortuaries and Linda Hazzard's deadly trail of deceit and murder. This investigation takes us to the epicenter of it all and where it all began, the former Butterworth Mortuary on First Avenue. This is the site of the original mortuary established by the Butterworths in 1903. They served as Seattle's premier funeral parlor until 1923, when operations moved to the larger building on Capitol Hill. These doors saw pass through them the bodies of thousands. Its halls collected and stored those corpses until burial could be arranged. In addition to their sinister arrangement with the crook, Dr. Linda Hazzard, the Butterworths also accepted the bodies of victims who were collected from the streets by actual murderers. They capitalized on the reward given to those who would collect the bodies of Spanish flu victims, which lined the streets in the early 1920s. These criminals lined their pockets with blood money while the Butterworth's empire of death blossomed. After its closure, the building lay relatively dormant until 1983, when the McAlsee family bought it and converted the lower floors into a popular pub in Post Alley. Today, KELL'S pub is a vibrant attraction to local ghost hunters, sports fans, and pub crawlers alike. The friendly staff is more than willing to share a ghost story or two, and don't be surprised if you have a paranormal experience of your own while visiting. It is regarded as one of the most haunted sites in Washington, if not the whole country. We were lucky enough to be invited to explore these hallowed halls and discover whatever untapped secrets may lie there. It's with enormous gratitude that we present to you our most terrifying adventure yet. Grab a pint and hold your loved ones tight. Welcome to the Night Crew.
Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. We are here on Post Alley in downtown Seattle at KELL'S Pub. This is one of the most historic haunted pubs in America. Established in 1983, but it has been around a lot longer than that. This building is one of the oldest buildings in Seattle. It was originally the site of the Butterworth Mortuary, where the Buttersworth family processed the bodies of thousands of people in the early days of Seattle. It's also where the Linda Hazzard brought her victims, and she was in cahoots with the Buttersworths to, giving them money, or they were getting money off of her killing. So we're here. We're going to do an investigation tonight into this place, and it's going to be really wild. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Night Crew. can you tell us a little bit about your history with this place and how you came into, I presume, ownership of
Good question. Family business.
Okay.
40 years now. I opened here when I was 11, so I'm the only family member of the 5 that is still here. The other Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco. Mom and dad kind of started the whole operation. So that was in 1983, and then in 2005 is when we purchased the Butterworth buildings, and that was, again, it goes back to 1903, and which is some people know, it's a very strange old spot. You know, I always used to joke about it. It started off as a mortuary in 1903 till 1919, and then they say it was a house of ill repute. And now it's a bar, and those are 3 places you're dying to get into. So, you know.
When you say a house of ill repute, do you mean a brothel?
Well, it goes back to the days of, was that the late 19th century when they were determined that 10% of the Seattle budget came from the seamstress tax, but they realized there was no sewing machines between here and Pioneer Square. So, you know, interesting old spot. As I said, I think the floor we're sitting right now actually became as the fitting room, if memory serves me well. So you put your caskets were measured here. And I think that went up, you know, as legend has it, that went up to the 4th level as well. But yeah, this is since 2005 as we took it over. Yeah, we've had some interesting experiences.
So you've basically grown up here.
Not only that, my wife and I are actually building out the 5th floor. We're going to move in there hopefully by Thanksgiving. So
fabulous.
that's my funny story. It's like my daughter who's 3, when she was like even smaller, just learning to walk, she would always go to the bottom of the stairs and she would always have this conversation with somebody. And so I think she's pretty comfortable with the other side. So
that's good.
So brings me back. We actually went to Baker City, Oregon, and there's another building, hotel there called the Old Geezer, which is a similar period to this building here. That was 1889, which was 1903. And we showed up to go to one of the rooms on our way on a drive to Idaho. Stayed there the night, and I did a FaceTime with my in-laws, and they're like, "You've got to stop this," because Madeline went directly to the bathroom, and she had this. She didn't have much vocabulary at the time, but she blah 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 to somebody for the better part of 45 minutes.
Oh my goodness!
So when she's here, she's quite comfortable, you know. So I'm not too concerned about going up to the 5th floor with her there. So, and of course, it's kind of fun being able to bring the building back to its former glory. We did the refurb here between 17 and 18, and then been able to do another project on First Avenue as well, and kind of celebrating that period. You know, as I said, this is the first freestanding building, I think, on this block. So, you know, being able to it was in pretty bad shape in 2017, and being able to bring it back and bring it further on, should we say, to, you know.
Were you a believer in the paranormal or anything like that before?
It kind of goes back to my dad. We used to talk about like leprechauns in Ireland. The Irish people would say, "Do you believe them?" And no, but I know they're out there. You know, the thing with me, it's like sometimes you walk back here. I have to say, I have probably spent more time alone in this building than anybody in history. That's not a great claim to fame, but it just so happens it just worked out that way. And some of the things that just happened to be in this building, you just kind of go, okay, you know, maybe it was really drafty and that screw gun fell 3 times in a row. You know, and maybe it really was the PC system on, but some things that have occurred with me, because I've personally never seen anything, whereas I've had employees that worked here that I went, oh God, I've seen this, or the little girl, or well, that's the big one. My doorman ran through her one day, and he's this great, big, massive guy, and he just would not come up to this room alone again. Whereas me, I've personally seen it, well, once. That was the strangest night in my life, but most of the time it's just experiences. You know? Mm-hmm. So it's.
Do you ever feel threatened or frightened?
I have a great sense of comfort with it, which is very unusual for me. I'm not Mr. Love to be alone in the dark kind of person, but I definitely get a sense of comfort more than anything. I've been here so long, you know. 52 years old. I've been here since 11, you know. So.
Right.
It could be that whatever's here feels comfortable around you.
Yeah, you know, especially. And that's what I was saying. These other friends of mine from Ghost Adventures. It was like, you got to come back after the construction, because that's what the real crazy stuff is.
I was going to ask if during construction, because that tends to rile them up.
Yeah, we got this thing during during the demo, which we had some interesting photographs taken, and that was. Yeah, because sometimes people come in, they show me these photographs back, especially when you had the old 35mm, and they said these orbs, and I'm like, I don't. But then there are other moments where you get reflections, you're just like, I can't explain it, it's just what it is, My big visual experience was actually downstairs the other side. It was on Thanksgiving night. I've said this story 1,000 times, and it was, to this day, it's beyond few. And I've still known the two friends, and I know them very independently. They don't know each other that well. They probably haven't seen each other since that night. It was Thanksgiving of 2005, and I was waiting for them to show up. And I'm waiting. We're going to go to another event down the street, and the one friend comes in, and she's like, and my other friend Josh don't know each other, kind of meet at the same time. I said, "You guys ready to go?" And they're like, "Yeah. By the way, you open tonight." And I'm like, No, I'm waiting for you two to show up. And she's like, "What's wrong with the lady in the kitchen?" And then Josh says, "Yeah, the redheaded lady." That is the one time where hairs in the back of my neck, skin. I mean, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." So, and again, we go back there. There's no door to leave. There's no. And that was one time we just kind of looked at each other. We gotta go.
Yeah, time to get out.
That's it. And that was, and there was like two people like sober as can be, just like that. Crazy, And then one friend, Paulette's like, "No, really. Where did that woman go?" And my dad and I've had experiences closing up here, like, mirrors breaking, and you're like, well, those are things that, geez, they could have just, the wire just could have just given out, but that one, that was nuts. And of course, I was at First Avenue once for repairing some tables, and I was using that as kind of a workshop area. No one else in the room, and that's one of the screw gun on the table. It fell once. You're like, okay, it clearly didn't balance. Fell, and then you go back and you're like, did it again, it's on the floor again, you're like, maybe I'm the biggest idiot, that there's a small earthquake and it knocked over, but I don't think so.
Do you ever try to make contact or anything, or if you feel like there's any familiarity?
There's a guy I used to talk to every night. His name was Danny Pierce, and he died in '86. And I remember he used to say this. It's one of those funny stories. I'm 52, and I think this man, he was, God love him, he was so old beyond his years. One of those kind of people. And I remember looking at his obituary once. I was like, God, I think it was his late 50s. But to me, he was almost an old man. But his life was. He packed a lot into those years, okay? His experiences. He was an old merchant marine. And he tells a story about, when I die here, I want to make sure you leave that front window open for me, because that's how I'm going to come back and forth. So, even my mom for years, as we would leave, I don't really call it contact with him, but it was always, to this day, it's always, you'd always say, I don't close very often when I do, but it's always good night to Danny, Someone's going to watch the shop, right? I'm not going to say he stopped every break-in, but there's been some interesting ones where things were left perfectly well and the person, they're gone, So, but then again, they could have been scared off by something else. I do have a lot of friends who do similar kind of things, and we've wonderful conversations about it, but they, bring it to things like they've come, they've done, this guy likes to use the word seance, but we'll call it interviews.
Yeah, there you go.
And they're always enamored by it, and just feeling of presence and these kind of things. But me, it's always been a really good sense of comfort more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta tell you, not a great group of people that really celebrate the
I can see why not.
It's funny, when we do our place in First Ave, I really want to get some of the old, we put down some research and got some great old photos and that kind of stuff, but as far as, especially from the information I've got from you guys, it's like, not a great group of dudes, nobody got the Nobel Prize in that crew.
They get behind in the Hall of Shame.
Yeah, that's tough. Though, in saying that, I've met some of their contemporary family, and they're very nice people. They come in and they kind of joke about it and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't be judged by the sins of your father.
Absolutely not.
So we investigated the Pine Box, which was another Butterworth building.
The Pine Box would have been that was the 1919 reincarnation of, which is clearly they got themselves a couple of bucks together. That's a beautiful building.
It is.
It's stunning. It's they got the dome even.
Yeah.
How many guys could. How many guys could put, budget that in?
Would these mortuaries have been in operation simultaneously, or?
I think from what I've read, when they left here, they could have left here in 1919 and then went up to Capitol Hill, and then I think they have the other one at Queen Anne still. That's still functional.
Okay.
Now, I think from history, like some people come to like my mom would tell the story. This other fellow came in here and said it was used as a crematorium for a while, and I'm like, well, that could be a little bit of urban legend there, but then again, there's purposes, during those years that we don't know how it was used. So, because it was fun for 1903, like downstairs, where the back bar our music is, that would have been all the horses. That would have been the horses in the hay, and then this, of course, was the fitting room, and then the chapel one below, and then they said it was an office and then living quarters on the fifth. But then by 1909-10, they switched from horses to cars. In fact, they used to keep the carriages across the street over here at the Champions Building. So that's based on real fact, and the horses would have been kept downstairs here in the hay. And then, of course, so by the time we came here, KELL'S back bar was wood shop, and up here was storage. There was not a lot going on. So there's a lot of, and then above that was an engineering firm, but there's a lot of lost. And Steve and I were together, as I said, getting some nice images to present on the new bar on First Avenue, but we're still kind of pieced together, what we're doing here is the fact and fiction, and then, the wonderful urban legends too. It's kind of like it broke my heart when the Pike Place Market cut down the Japanese plum trees we had across the way, and they were planted by Princess Angelina, who would have been Chief Seattle's granddaughter, and he planted them for her. And I remember went to the gal in the market, and I'm like, how could you do that? Those beautiful trees you see. And I go, and especially the history of it, those are the Princess, and she goes, that's myth. I said, myth? No offense here, millions of people go to Mount Olympus not expecting to see Zeus, how they still go there, and Zeus, and that's their myth, that's their story.
Mount Olympus is a mountain in Washington that is actually called Mount Olympus.
Okay, there's that too. So maybe Zeus isn't there, but he's on the other one in Greece.
Right.
And I gotta tell you, if you look at the history of Seattle, there's nothing to be real proud of 100 years ago. I have to say that. I used to say about our history is our future. And it was up to like 10 years ago, I would have called this the most dynamic city in the world. Now it's we're getting there. We're coming back. But as far as our conversation about our friends on the other side, it's a weird old spot. Before we refurbed the building, it was at that time it was 15 years old. You're like, you felt every step. You're like, was that somebody or was that just the building? Now it's like, I don't know. Some days you're more conscious of it. I guess when I'm alone, I'd be more conscious, or maybe more aware. Probably more aware if could be some real person out there.
Right. I'm sure that's usually your first thought.
And then sometimes so I guess the feeling I would get would be it's a refreshing feeling, almost like when something kind of isn't right or seems a little off or just a little strange. You're like, it's kind of funny. It's comforting.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had quite a few. So I'm a tour guide here in the city, and I spend quite a bit of time here at KELL'S. And I've heard voices, I've heard sounds coming from upstairs when I was downstairs when there's nobody up here. I've had my hats knocked off out of nowhere. I've even seen the curtains that separate the upstairs and downstairs moving in separate ways, and being able to communicate through the curtains, asking the being to stop moving them, and they would stop and then start up again, and it would start up again. So I've had quite a few experiences here.
That's really cool.
How long have you been coming here and you do ghost tours?
I do ghost tours. I've been doing it for about 2 years now.
So can you tell us one of your earliest experiences here?
Yeah, so it was a Sunday night. We were downstairs on this side of the bar, and there was nobody in the building hardly at all, and we were the only ones on the side. And we ended up hearing rumbling coming from upstairs, so much so that it actually caused the screen, the pull-down screen, to shake. And I was like, wow, what is that? And it happened again. And I was like, what is that? And all of the females on the tour heard a little voice go, "Just me," but the males on the tour did not hear it.
Wow, that's weird.
I think somebody told us about a little girl sitting on the stairs over here.
Yes.
Does she have a name?
We call her Wendy. I don't know if that's her real name. That's just what our tour company calls her because she's known for having braids. And we don't usually get to see her because our tours are at night and she's more of a daytime ghost.
So do you feel like any sort of threatening energy here?
Absolutely. I very often feel very heavy energy, like it's hard to breathe. I don't feel like the air circulates very well, and I just feel very dense and heavy. And I'm gonna be honest, this is only the second time that I have been up here, and the very first time I felt very unwanted up here, like I should not be up here. So this was originally a mortuary, and it was a 5-story like post-mortem emporium. And so it was the one place where you could get everything done for your loved one for the funeral. And the guy that was running it, E.R. Butterworth, was a bit of a con artist, and he wanted to make a penny any way he could. So when the city was having issues with people throwing bodies in the street, they came up with a plan to pay people to bring the bodies to the mortuary, no questions asked. So people were actually killing people just to bring them here for money. And E.R. Butterworth didn't really care if they were fully dead as long as they would be soon, that was fine, and he just kind of had a pile of bodies. Not to mention he was working with a female serial killer, Dr. Linda Hazzard, as well. So, yeah, he's a pretty gnarly dude, and I believe that we may have seen him once taking pictures in the mirrors downstairs, and if we did, that definitely was the most shocking picture I've ever seen. It was somebody I couldn't place, and it looked a lot like the pictures I've seen at Butterworth. I know the 3rd story used to be the Chapel Lounge, and it was a nightclub, but I know that they were having a lot of issues when they were building the construction for the nightclub, that they were having a lot of issues with things going wrong, things with their equipment going wrong, things like that. So I don't know why the nightclub's not there anymore, though.
Carolyn, can you tell us a little bit about your experiences here?
Oh, I have not felt any negative, really bad energy here because whenever I'm here, it is to celebrate and watch football and drink beer, and the place is generally very crowded, and I think that brings a lot of positivity, and I think that's why I didn't experience any real negativity. However, on one of our football days, I decided to take a call in the hallway down towards the employees only area downstairs where they had kegs stacked up here, and then when you go around, then I think there's an elevator there. Mm-hmm. So I went ahead and turned on my Ovilus on my telephone, which are you familiar with an Ovilus?
Yes, yep.
An Ovilus is basically a word bank that can be activated by the spirits, lots of random words, but then also quite often you will get very direct answers to the questions you're asking. Now, I didn't want to make the owners angry because this was very quick and unofficial, so I was only back there for a couple moments, and as soon as I said hello, I was called a winch, and then Randy Winch. Then I asked who I was speaking to, and the name was Sophie came up. I asked just a couple more questions, but when I asked why Sophie was still here, the answer that came up was through deceit. And that makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
And then, even freakier, I decided, okay, I've pushed my luck enough, I better get back to football. And as I'm walking back down the hallway, one of the kegs shifts all on its own and is at an angle without falling. And I was nowhere near it. So I've got a photo of that too we might want to show.
Yeah. And where can people find you, your ghost tours?
Yes, Nightly Spirits, Ghost Tour, and Pub Crawl.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us tonight and being here. What's your paranormal experiences like here?
Paranormal experiences have been kind of mixed and kind of intermittent. One of the first ones that I remember actually was right over here. I was up here cleaning and was just getting underneath the bar top there. And I remember looking down and distinctly seeing a leather apron on myself, which I thought was rather unusual. Thinking maybe it's like, maybe it's me from the future or something like that. It also could be a ghost, it could be some relics in the past, it could be anything. I remember distinctly seeing a leather apron, which caught my eye. Another one was downstairs when I was talking to a woman that used to work here, and distinctly seeing a Victorian dress on her. No face, no head, no nothing, just very clear, dark green velvet Victorian dress. Some of the other stories that they tell on the ghost tours is, the little girl in the red dress.
You saw a full-body apparition of some woman that wasn't there with a green dress on? And was this when you were alone in the bar?
No, I was with somebody.
And did they see it?
No, it was on.
The dress was on this.
Like it was the same person.
So you see, I've never heard of this before. You see garments on
twice in here. Yeah, those
on
two
your-
distinctly. Other than that, I don't think this place is any more haunted than anywhere else in the world. It does have a unique lineage of being a morgue and mortuary, and so you get that aspect and that appeal that you don't get anywhere else. You don't get out in the street corners. You don't get out in the other businesses. But so far as being a gateway to the afterlife, having so many funerals upstairs, those are experiences that you just can't get anywhere else. And it's unique to the building. It's fairly interesting as well. I've always felt very comfortable here.
Experiences with like poltergeist activity, things moving, or
I've seen the lights turn themselves off and on.
Yeah.
Down in the back bar several times, actually. I used to have it on video, but I stupidly deleted it. Late at night, when we were closed, the lights would be off, and they're hanging lights similar to these ones that you see around here. And the lights are off, the switches are off, the power's off, the whole bit. And they would individually light up, one at a time, in flashing pattern, and go back and forth. This would go on for hours. I kind of chalked it up to, an electrical glitch or an electrical problem or something like that. But it was also kind of at a time where I felt like, if I didn't believe that there was something here, that they were going to prove it to me. And my dreams at the time were somewhat similar to where, if I had any doubts, they were prove it to me. And that very much just kind of became something that I accepted. And
you said your dreams were affected?
A little bit. Yeah, strange dreams at the time. Nothing I remember vividly.
Yeah.
But, just some of those dreams that kind of align between fantasy and reality.
Yeah. What was the most recent thing that you've had happen?
Oh, what's seeing the lights turn themselves off and on? And it's been a while. It's been about 6 months, maybe even a year since I've seen anything unusual happen in the building.
Do you think it has anything to do with the renovation, or is there any kind of stuff out of normal that could stir things up a little bit?
Well, yes and no. It's it's been 100 years since the building was occupied by the Butterworth Mortuary, funeral home.
Right.
So I've always kind of considered the activity to be somewhat calm because it's been so long.
Right.
That there are other locations that are on the same group of people. The Pine Box up on Melrose, and then there's also the current Butterworth funeral home up on Queen Anne. I've been there and looked around. There is a storage room that's underneath First Street back there that has an intact piece of Butterworth's categorization system where they held an urn. It's still numbered very clearly, and it's the only intact piece from the era that I'm aware of in the building.
Okay.
That is somewhere up on either the 4th or 5th floor, it might have been removed by now. There is a door that appears to be leather bound. One side of it is kind of pristine, and the other side is just blown apart with decay. And that one creeped me out when I saw it.
We'll have to take a look at those relics.
It might be up there somewhere. I know that the storeroom is accessible. and fairly interesting as well. I do potentially, and I haven't researched this. I need to look into it. I think my great grandmother was actually processed through this mortar when she died of the Spanish flu in 1920, which may have been one of the things that drew me here. It was some family history that honestly we didn't even know about until somewhat recently. My mom looked into it and did a bunch of research. And her name was Fern Wiedekind was her maiden name. Married name was Colby. And she died in 1921 of the Spanish flu. And I need to check with Michelle. She's buried out in Michelle. And I need to see if all the bodies were processed through this morgue or if they had their own processing at the time. Because I've heard until 1921, 1922, Butterworth was basically the only service in town. And I could be wrong. That's something I have to look up.
Yeah, you're aware of all the like Linda Hazzard and stuff,
I've heard those stories so many times.
Right, of course. I'm sure people come in here specifically because of the connection with that.
I don't know if the hazard thing has really drawn people in, but
yeah,
there are the Spanish flu thing is interesting. How people were killing each other out in the streets and bringing corpses in. Yeah, the city would pay for people to bring bodies in because people were dying in the streets.
Yeah,
so people started killing each other and bringing the bodies in. There was kind of no questions asked policy around it.
So yeah, you're gonna stay working here, I'm guessing. You like it?
I'll be here.
I'll be here for now. Yeah. All right, so this is where you can find them, and they'll serve your drinks. Tell you some ghost stories, hopefully. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, thank you. Been fun.
So Stephen, tell me what it's been like here, working here. How long have you worked here?
I'm new to this place, so I started working here in March, so I'm still probably in the first 6 months.
Are you related to Pat?
No, found it all by myself. Yeah, so when I started working here, I didn't even know the history. I didn't know about it being a haunted building or anything. And I remember one of the first nights going here, I was in the back room and I dropped the money into the safe and I walked through the kitchen and I was like, have a good night. And then when I got halfway down the bar, I thought, wait a minute, I'm closing, I'm the only one here. And then I went back into the kitchen, looked around, there's no one there. And I'm looking for like a homeless guy, someone's after trying to hide out somewhere. And then when I heard Patrick tonight tell that story, I was like, oh, so I'm not the only one that's been thinking someone in the kitchen. And when I was telling the other staff the next day about it, that's when they were like, yeah, you know this place is haunted, don't you? And I was like, what? No. I was like, then I wouldn't have been looking for a real person. I'd have been trying to find a ghost. I probably would have been running out of the place.
Do you think it would have affected your decision to work here?
No, I am someone that loves that kind of stuff. Like, even on the way moving over here to Seattle, I went to stay in the Crescent Hotel in Arkansas. It's like, I do love that kind of stuff. So if anything, it would have probably pushed me towards looking for a job here. No, because I remember it was one Saturday, this is only 2 months ago now, and it was Saturday afternoon, 1-2 o'clock, and serving away, and next thing, a picture frame just went smash in the ground. And all the people in the booth beside it started apologizing, we didn't touch it. And then one of the servers came up to me and they were like, they didn't touch that fell. And then I was like, having to go over to them, I'm like, no, don't worry. And I was like, it's rare that we get customers in here that don't know kind of the history or are not here for that kind of a reason. So it was kind of funny then trying to go to them like, we know you didn't touch that, don't worry. The bigger problem is what was the conversation that caused that to happen?
What were you talking about?
And then they just kind of had a kick out of it and they were just like kind of glad they weren't in trouble. They were like at the time going, we didn't touch it, they were afraid they were going to have to pay for a frame or something.
Was this downstairs?
Yeah, in the front bar. And it's funny because when I talk to like past employees that come in every now and again or staff, you always hear the picture in the back bar where people get pictures and there's something in the mirror. And then Ben had a couple of stories. They always seem to be the back bar, but anything that's ever happened to me has been in the front bar, which is kind of strange. And there was a couple of weeks ago, like he was talking about the lights, and I videoed it, and like it looks like there's an orb flying around in it, but with orbs you can never kind of say what they are. But I remember I was done for the night, and everybody pushed to the back bar, and I was flicking off all the lights, and when I got to the lights above the booths, they just started blinking. So then I took out my phone, and I was like, this is strange, and you can see like an orb flying around for like 30 seconds. But I'm like, again, with orbs, you can say that's dust, you can say it's wind, you can say it's anything. But I'm like, I'm the only one here. That hasn't happened in the last 8 hours. Why are they flickering right now? You know, so like, but it always seems to be the front bar, but that's where I'm always working. So 90% of the time that's where I am, so that's where anytime I kind of spot stuff and like, that's strange.
Do you think it's following you?
I wouldn't go that far. To like I said, I've never kind of felt like there was something behind me or watching me or anything. But definitely, when the place gets quieter, you start to kind of notice more. It's like why didn't that happen an hour earlier when there was 50 people in the bar? You know, why don't I ever see someone in the kitchen when it's empty at 8 o'clock in the morning? You know, it does seem to be when the bar closes down, it switches off for the night. Movements start to happen or sounds start to happen, and then you could say it's a 100-year-old building. There's got to be creaks and stuff, but it is always interesting how you don't spot these things when it's busy, then all of a sudden when it's quiet and there's no one around, now you're second guessing yourself. So yeah, I didn't even realize this. What was funny was there was one day when they told me this place was haunted, I sat down and I started reading all the articles, and then I started asking Patrick about it, and we were right here actually. It was one night, one of the bouncers was coming up here to close down here, and when he came up the corner, there was a tiny little girl apparently just standing atop the stairs, and this big man run like a little girl, and he lives in Montana now. He got the hell out of Seattle over that. We couldn't get him back the next day. He left the state. he was like, no. Yeah, he's like, I'll throw 3 guys out, no problem. You show me a little girl, I'm gone. So, but even like Patrick said there about his little daughter, he'll put her down there and give her some soup, and he might go to the office sometime, but I'll advise on her, and she's always having conversations, always, and I'll ask her the odd time, like, who are you talking to? And she's just so into that conversation, you might as well not be there. It is interesting watching her, and you always do hear, they say with kids, they're more innocent, that they see these things more easily. But you definitely will see her sitting in a booth, having the time of her life, having a conversation with someone. It's like, she just looks so at peace, having a conversation, and it's like, it's been different booths, but it's never when she's like walking around. For me, it's always when she just sits down, then all of a sudden she'll just turn, and she's just having a full-blown conversation with someone. But like, you can't even make out what she's saying, and when you try to ask her what she's saying, she'll just ignore you. That's who's having a conversation with. So that's, like Patrick said, you can see she's so comfortable here with the way she walks around, whereas other little kids would be like wanting to take me to their parents, where she feels at home here, so whatever she does see or talk to, she seems to be okay with that. Because I remember, and I never thought of it until Ben was saying it there earlier about he started having weird dreams or whatever. But I remember when I noticed things like that, there was, and I'm trying to now remember the name, but some name kept like popping up everywhere, and it wasn't an unusual name. It was like, anytime I'd read an article, it was there in my sleep. I was waking up, and I remember saying to my girlfriend, going, that name is just popping up everywhere. It's so strange. I never even heard it before, and in the last 3 or 4 months now is everything I do. And it's like, it's not a name that I know anybody named that. No one works here on that. I'll remember it sometime during the night, and I'll say it to you, because I remember actually, because when I googled the name, it was saying that's what turkey used to be called. Lydia. That's what it was. Lydia.
Oh, you mean Libya?
No, Lyida.
Lydia? Okay.
Lydia. So like that, it was. It's a girl's
Lydia
name.
and Wendy.
But when I do it, that's what turkey used to be called.
Yeah.
That's been a name that I never heard of, but since I moved to this city, it's been in my head. Just when I'm reading something, like, oh, there's that name again. When I'm online, there's that name again. When I'm sleeping, it just pops in my head, and for no reason. I don't know anybody named that. I don't know why. I won't say I ever feel frightened when I'm going to bring you into the night where Ben was saying where the urns used to be kept, and you see the numbers. So there's no power in that room. It's pitch black. It doesn't be used. Like you said, it's an original room. Now, when I go in there, I get goosebumps, but that's just because what I'm standing in, and like I said, it hasn't been touched. You're always in the back of my head going, make sure that door is still open so I don't get trapped in here. And that's just one room where I'm looking forward to going into tonight now, and just to see will anything go off inside there, because like I said, it's just a room that hasn't been touched. So it was used for whatever they used it for back then, and it's been left there. It hasn't been touched, worked on. And it's kind of like you want to clean it up for stores and stuff, but at the same time, you're like, how often will you get a chance to keep something like that? Right? So it is nice to have it there when people do come. It's like, want to see something special? It's like, let's open the store for you. Go in there. There's no power. No one's worked on it. This is the way it was. So I'm looking forward to going there just to see what we get anything off there. That would be interesting. So that's in the back of here.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to have to check out there.
Is that a motion activated light that just keeps going?
Yeah, so when you're down there, if somebody like
Well, I was thinking somebody was down there messing with it, you know?
No, it pops on, pops off.
Not ghosts.
Because sometimes
A jerk.
it comes on and like that, you're waiting for them to come up and nobody comes up and you're kind of like, it's motion sensor.
Yeah.
It doesn't come up or on until you get to about the third foot, fourth step.
Yeah.
So like when this goes off, if you were downstairs, you're going to be on the fourth step before it comes on.
Yeah.
So how that goes on and off.
Yeah, that's been going on and off quite a bit when we've been talking and with nobody coming upstairs.
Like when I'm up here and I'm like fixing around the bar or whatever, that goes off, it stays off. Tonight now it's just been going on and off, but you don't know if somebody walks up those steps and they're like, oh, wrong way, turn around. But again, they have to come up to the fourth step before that's turning on.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I've noticed nobody's coming up here. Do they know that that it's closed up here?
No, like there's nothing stopping them. And if you walk that curtain, you hear us speaking.
So you have to walk past the curtain in order to turn the light on?
Yeah, like I said, we'll do it later now from the bottom of the stairs to see how far up we have to come before that light comes on.
Yeah.
Just to see, because that's not going to come on from people just walking down the stairs. So definitely time when that's closed, we should just to try it out now, just to see how that's happening right now, and then how far up we have to come before that light switches on. Because that's actually interesting to me right now tonight.
Dutch, why are we here?
Well, me and the old crew I used to hang with, we came here back in 2005, 2006. We heard stories and decided to do an investigation. We knew the history of it, that the Butterworths tried to make a living at furniture, but death was more lucrative. So, and then the scandalous, stories that you've already heard from other interviewees. And, so, we thought, okay, we were a fresh group, had a pretty tight group, wanted to check it out. Now, this is also back when everything was analog, so it was a lot more difficult to go over the evidence setting in a VCR. So we had some experiences. The one that sticks in my head, I think it happened back there. All of our gear literally died. Every battery, everything that ran on any kind of electricity just completely zeroed out. The only thing I had left that didn't require power was a military compass. I set it in the middle of the floor back there, and all it did was spin. And that was, to me, just the most phenomenal thing. There was nothing that can make a compass do that unless you're at the top of the North Pole, at the risk of our instrumentation getting drained. Whatever the spirits want, they're going to get it. So we heard a few noises because we had it. I mean, of course, right now you're hearing all the hoopla going on downstairs with the people, the patrons. But when we were here, which we'll be doing later tonight, when everything's quiet, it gets eerily quiet in here. And when you would hear something, there was like an electricity in the air. So you felt it too, which was really weird. We had somebody with us that claimed to be psychic. I have my reservations about it, but on that night, I think whatever it was that was here was most likely contacting her. So, because every time something would happen, she, before that incident happened, she would pipe up and, say something, and then all of a sudden, bam. So it was either arguing, saying she's a fraud, or it was, actually communicating. I'm on the fence with the whole situation, but we did have some weird instances happen when we were here.
EMF detector's doing great.
And all you got is, this is just plumbing.
There's no power in here.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah.
Is there anybody in here with us?
Started scanning.
Yeah, here we are again.
Idiot.
Nothing's up. Did it say idiot?
It did.
Rude.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Two.
We need to set up the envoy in here.
What's an idiot?
You gotta close this?
No, I got a cold spot here in my hand just right now.
Something's moving, you see that?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's creepy.
See, it fades away.
Is there anybody in here who wants
But
to
it's up there,
communicate?
but something get me off after me. I got it. I'm back.
You got something that-
Back of my arms went super cold.
Really? If it's, there's a chill in
I
here.
felt that tingle too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing's bounced around. It goes down to 1.0, then it starts going back up.
Peace.
I need light over here.
Peace? Are you at peace?
Come in here.
Excuse me.
If you were at
So these
peace,
are the,
you would probably not be here.
Racks where
Yeah, here we go again.
the urns would have been kept.
It's fluctuating too much. See, if it was a steady pulse
Your
of
name is
power,
Benjamin?
it would just stay that way. But it wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Orange.
That's
think
just
so.
random. Unless it's talking about the orange head.
Jesus, 7.5.
Wait a minute.
There's a light on this.
Do I have to go
Set.
back here? 15, is that your age, Benjamin? Or is 15 the number?
There is a 250.
Reason.
What is the reason that you ended up here?
Tread.
Tread?
Track.
No, tread.
Don't tread on it.
Yeah.
Go off if I put it near an electronic device.
Yeah.
And he was getting close to it.
Is there anything you want to tell us? We can feel your presence.
It's dropping again.
Bang.
Bang? Were you shot? Is that how you ended up here?
Religion.
You should put this on a regular one.
Religion is what put you here?
That one. We only have the two. The rest of them are IR lights. Like
Where's the other light?
Is there anything else you would like to tell us?
Yeah, right.
We only want to communicate with you. To learn more. Gender? What is your gender? Or do you want to know mine? I'm a woman.
It shut it off.
Yeah, it happened last time. A lot.
Well, it shut it off.
Yeah.
The EMF detector just went.
Wow.
Can we go get the envoy?
Radio.
Radio.
Yeah.
Or do we want to?
Lauren's here.
You weren't here back then. It was like a $20,000.
Hey, here we are.
It's
Freaking haunted bar.
Now we have a whole wire.
Whether part being here would have at some point had to have gone out through that room. That would have been roomed in there and gone through the street.
So this was the chapel?
Yeah, especially with all the old photos, this was the most. This is the room they find the most photos for him.
Okay, so do you have an outlet that we can plug that static thing?
Here's the question right now. Everything in the photo.
Oh, look at this ceiling.
This one, I think the power one was. Okay.
It's beautiful. Crowd.
You got it, Lauren?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Is there anybody up here with us?
Says yes.
Denise?
Like behind
Denise.
me. So you can see.
Denise, did you follow us up here from the second floor?
Thanks.
Is this where you were, where you had your funeral service?
You get it plugged in.
Here, you gotta hold them stuff and you can do that. Second hold. Second hold. Yeah, I got it.
That should be, you know, where when we first come in, you've got the balcony. That would have been up over there. That would have been the main offices when you first walked in.
Can you get a picture of what it used to look like?
Yeah, so when we first walked in.
Oh yeah, I've seen this picture.
That's probably one of the most famous ones, the inside of it.
Yeah.
Like, so that where we are right now, that's what it would have looked like.
Are you too scared?
No, we're not.
Well, she is.
Maybe.
No, not anymore. I just had a moment.
Yeah, and that would have been the upstairs office then.
Okay, so that would have been the 5th floor.
Yeah.
I
I think they're all ones.
I wish it still looked like that.
I know, it would have been amazing. This door, I think this is the one Ben was talking about earlier. That
Oh, with the
didn't-
leather door.
Yeah, that he didn't know if it was still in here. But
Look at that. That's so
that's original.
old
But
and
this wood is just super heavy to lift over.
yeah.
Going on our knees.
Hear the footsteps.
What footsteps?
Maybe they hear our footsteps because they're
Oh.
below us.
Can I touch the door?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
Especially when you look at the top of it, you can see how old it's gone and just kind of like thrusted away.
This is an exterior door?
I'm not sure what part it was blocking.
Yeah.
But you can tell whatever was behind it was supposed to be locked in.
Carolyn's already getting battery drainage over here. And just started.
Battery drain itself, is it?
Oh yeah, several investigations we've been on just instantly our batteries.
This place is
drained.
famous for that.
Yeah.
So, let's see. And you got another floor to go up?
It feels very peaceful here.
Yeah, it actually does.
Like, feels very calm and quiet.
Here in another room here, we can see. Like the pictures I was showing you now, that's this area here. See, that was the top.
That is the 5th floor?
No, it's above another floor.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the picture I showed you on the
That's the
phone?
balcony.
Right.
So like, the guy was standing here, the other guy was here, that was the upper area.
Oh, got
You
it.
get to that
So
area.
he was around here. So we're taking it a bit up now.
And this was their office space. Or this is the chapel.
This would have been off, and then the church would have been back here. So they would start off at the office.
Oh, wow, it's very small.
The castle or the church was back here.
Yeah.
This is still all the original. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
this is the same building here now.
Yeah, that's what you gotta say. Beautiful.
If you want to actually, we'll walk this stairs. Same floor. From outside here, that's all the originally built. It's never changed.
And this is First Avenue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
button.
Yeah, I imagine that this is the 5th floor now. So this would have been just a living area. They might have had a couple of offices up here, but none of the exciting stuff would have been happening up this far. It would have been more paperwork, the side of things.
Okay.
So I don't know if you caught my story earlier about one day when I was here for football.
No.
I kind of was sneaky and I snuck back down that little hallway
Yeah.
on the first floor just beyond the big screen. And you've got kegs lined up there and stuff. And I just I took 5 minutes to say, is there anybody here who wants to talk to me? And someone named Sophie called me a randy wench and talked about a quarantine and something else. And deceit is what brought her here when I asked what brought you here. But then when I walked back to come back and sit down and watch football, I was all the way on the side, nowhere near the kegs.
Yeah.
And this happened.
Yeah.
Look at how oddly that's balanced in everything.
Yeah. And
It's talking about quarantine. They could have been talking about the Spanish flu.
The Spanish flu.
but also when you mentioned there about with the upstairs and it said scandal.
Oh yeah, this is the spot.
Do you want to just do the bank room first here? Here, do you want to do the bank room first? Or do you want to...
Do you all need to grab new batteries?
Well, she definitely needs a new battery. Hold on. We got something. Finally. Right here.
Yeah. Have you ever seen an SLS?
So the stick figures you were seeing on people?
It
Just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
We
it.
had something right there on that table.
Is there somebody here with us?
And you sticking around for a drink?
Started scanning.
What do you got on that? He didn't do anything.
If there's somebody here with us, we'd love to communicate with
saying
you.
yes for like a minute.
Says Larry on mine.
Now.
Is your
Just gonna
name
make a
Larry?
liar out of you.
Yeah, I guess so.
We'd love to communicate with you, Larry.
Amelia.
Is Amelia here as well?
Oh, it looks like it said more on mine at one point earlier, like the Moore Theater.
Oh, M-O-O-R-E.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then it said he will harm you.
Trying to get into that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it said danger. And then it said Larry.
That's kind of creepy. And
It
then
said photos when we were looking at the photos. I didn't notice that, but
sadness.
I had the voice off.
Every time you're saying what it said, it's going yes, yes,
Oh, wow.
yes.
It said phantom. It said Patty with 2 D's. Like that's an Irish.
Yeah, like
How do you
Yeah,
spell?
Patty.
How do you spell?
Paddy. One of them said I took my last breath here, and one of them said no, leave us. I had the audio turned off. I realized
So we don't even know what floor we're on when it said don't.
No, I could. I would assume that those earlier ones were probably in the chapel,
Yeah.
or even on the second floor.
Where's that mirror?
Guinness mirrors up
Yeah.
here. That's in the bar. the one that comes out with a lot of photos.
So people be sitting here maybe, take a selfie.
Like they're just taking random pictures against the wall or against the bar, and then later on, that's where they find stuff.
What do you think it is about this mirror?
No idea.
Is it old?
It was like these have been. This has been on for years, long before I ever came here. That this was the back bar.
Yeah.
People like to leave just because this is where everything's happening and there's a good vibe and just being a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people stay along for. So you always get people coming in every day and they're like, "Where's the mirror?"
Dude, there he is sitting at the damn bar.
Yeah.
Gotta check it out. Yeah. Sitting right here.
To the spirit sitting at the bar, can you tell us your name, please?
Soul.
Oh, you're a soul. S-O-U-L.
I thought it said Saul.
I thought so too at first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon. That's what we're thinking it was.
Is it silent?
What do you got, John?
It hasn't changed from yes.
Are you a lost soul? Sounds creepy.
Yeah. Is there anybody here with us?
Yes.
What's your name?
Bang. Got that earlier too.
Was there a violent act that happened here? What did it say?
Back? Were you shot in the back?
Are any of the victims of the Starvation Heights massacre still here with us? Is anybody here one of Linda Hazzard's victims?
Stop.
Oh, that's you. I didn't see you. I just saw someone walking this way. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Second bar.
Paragraph.
Oh, did you see that? There was something.
What kind of trouble?
Oh, yeah. We had one deal here. John was with us, literally was standing there next to the seat.
I'm actually scared up here. Like, this is actually freaky.
Oh yeah, like the first thing I do when I come up here is when I'm playing around with the kids all night is like turn on the lights up here because
Yeah.
I'm just like whatever it is, it's like
And the lights are turned off.
it's
right?
not. I've these ones still left on, but like
Oh yeah, but the
I
main
just-
lights are off. So
yeah, I turned off all the main lights.
yeah.
Because like I said, it's that's their way. It seems to be when customers see the little girl, it's just their way.
Yeah. Is there a little girl up here with us named Wendy? Or Lydia?
I would love if the media pops up on something later on. That would just like
Yeah.
affirm what I'm already thinking in my head. Like I've
Yeah.
spoken to my girlfriend going like, what is I started here and all of a sudden Lydia is just popping up.
You want to try talking to them? Maybe you can rile them up.
This is that's one of your cameras or that's the
Yeah, I think that's the, what is that? Oh yeah, that's a, it had the, earlier it had the laser effect was going. It must have died. So that just died somehow. 30 minutes, I don't know how, it's usually Or no, maybe it's been going. I don't know. But it's definitely dead now.
Okay. And we can close it with the brick anyway. So
Are you going to be in here? Okay. That's fine. What happened in this room?
this is just where the bodies were stored. So like even before they were, it was said, especially during the Spanish flu, the bodies would have been piling up in here.
Yeah.
And it's funny how there's no movement off that now. Where earlier it was always up and down, up and down.
Are you afraid of us? Yeah, tapping. It's like a boss.
I thought I heard that earlier, and that's why it didn't make sense.
Yeah, slow.
Can you do that again? Can you make a tapping noise? Can you make a tapping noise? Can you make a tapping noise?
Did you hear that? Can you do that again?
Do twice for yes.
That was two.
Yeah.
I think they're coming up here. I feel like they're our team.
Yeah.
But that was up above us.
But the first one, it's on like this wall, and then there was like a pipe in here, and then the second bang bang was like, okay. I heard it there again. But the first one, it sounded like it was this wall right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were just up there, there was no one up there.
I know there's nothing up there.
Yeah.
Man, it's a lot of noise.
I think that's coming from the church right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of movement going on in the church right now. And we know there's one up there.
I don't know what else it could be. There's just.
That sounded like it was getting dragged, like a chair or a table. Make a louder noise, please. If you want us to leave this room, make a noise. You're gonna have to be louder than that. If you want to communicate, make a noise.
Yeah, it sounds like furniture being dragged around.
That's what it sounds.
Yeah. It's very quiet in this room. Like, very quiet.
It's like you can actually hear a car once in a blue moon driving past.
Oh, okay, so there's a street right there?
No, but that's what it sounded like to me. Like, I thought I could hear a car, but that was completely different to the noises that I was hearing. That sounded like a stool or a table.
Oh, yeah. Like, what we're hearing is definitely, like, banging.
Can you make a banging noise if you're there?
Oh, there's noise over here. Oh, there's noise over here.
It seems to be over there and up above.
Yeah.
But we were just up there.
Yeah, of course. They may be avoiding us.
That is the only problem with separating is it makes them have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
The fact that that's not moving anymore, that's me.
What was it going up to earlier?
72.
Okay.
That's what makes me think that because of the air being around now, you could just be. What's that?
I don't know, it's over there. I'll have to overhear it.
That's funny, as soon as it came out, it said something.
It said Cy, Carl, and bottom, so not a ton.
Yeah.
But yeah, those noises, man. Wow.
It was like the fact.
No, it's not.
The fact we're in a bar and what it sounded like was tables and chairs. It's kind of like okay, we're lower.
But it was above us, though.
Yeah, 100%. And like we were just up there.
Yeah,
but there are a million tables and chairs up there, but like, they're not gonna move themselves.
There's a camera right there.
Well, we actually want them to move themselves, but.
There's a draft or something. Is there a vent?
I turned off the air conditioning myself.
So weird. Is there a breeze?
I wouldn't have checked.
It's still doing.
Where's it coming from? Where would the breeze be coming from?
I don't know. There's like a pressure thing going on.
I wish he could put his thing there to see if there's the sticks.
The what?
The camera.
Oh, the SLS.
The SLS.
Yeah.
I would put that there right now just to see if that's him or look at that.
Is it better that we're coming this way? Is there someone here named Nick? We would love to communicate with you. You don't need to be afraid of us. We come to you with respect and curiosity.
To get. To get what?
We're here to get information and to communicate with you. Do you want to communicate with us? Fear me?
Oh shit.
Why do you want me to be afraid? Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in a bar. It wasn't always a bar. That door moved, but I could be wrong.
It's the kitchen. I don't know if we're allowed in
Yeah,
there.
I think we should wait for Stephen for
Yeah.
that. Face? Do you want to show us your face? We would love to see you. That's nice. Why are you here?
Jen.
Because of Jenny?
Jen or Jenny?
Jenny.
Jenny. Oh.
What happened with Jenny? Jenny and Braden? Are you both here with us now?
Madeline.
And Madeline too. We've got quite the party going. Anyone else? Can you tell us how you died? You won't? You don't have to.
It's weird.
Can you tell us when you died?
Happy.
Happy.
You died when you were happy.
Office.
Were you happy in the offices? Did you work in the offices here? Or did something scary happen in the office? I want to know your story.
Family.
What about your family?
Trial.
There was a trial. Was there a scandal?
Gateway.
Gateway to what? Were you talking about Linda Hazzard's trial?
Blur.
What did you learn?
Fate.
What else do you want us to know?
Up.
Do you want us to go upstairs?
So my friend at the bar, did you die here or
I feel a bit of a breeze right here. Right here.
Look at it now, look. It's not moving now. Not like how it was.
It was moving around in a circle.
You have it on camera, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was moving in a circle. That's not moving now. It's barely. Your food upstairs is talking about.
Yeah.
But like, look.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's sitting there like that either.
That was going around.
That's like the thing with the cake, you know? It's like, it shouldn't be just sitting there like at this angle.
And even in the end, it looks like it's been pushed out.
Yeah, it looks like it's being pushed out right now.
And
There's somebody over there.
That's not normally how it looks. Let me just close it and just see what it opens.
Look at that, it's like all the way puffed out.
It's like something inside.
Yeah. Dude, that is weird.
And
Memories here.
I go up and down the stairs every day. That's not how that looks.
Well, yeah, look at this. Why is it like
someone in the curtain?
That's actually really cool.
There was like a breeze, and there's like
We
no
came down the stairs, it was just going around in circles.
That's bizarre.
Like I go up and down the stairs every day. I
put my hand
when I
in it.
came down, it was just going around. Look how steady it is staying right now.
Yeah, and it's further out now than it was before.
Like it's still moving towards it. That's what I just saw.
Is there somebody there?
Push the curtain if there is.
It's like sticking at that bar. It's so weird. It's like a whole like few inches.
It's literally like there's a fan behind it right now.
I'm sure it's up there. You heard that?
I heard a click, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the else that could have been. I mean, there's just pipes.
Can you move the curtain? How still it's staying. So even if there was a breeze earlier.
Sitting.
Are you killing my battery or are you drinking all the juice?
Weird. So weird. I've never seen all that before.
I kind of like want to push it in, but then I don't piss anybody off.
Are you scared to come over here?
Are you hiding? Can you open the curtain?
Just some weird energy in here, man. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's like we're in the Bermuda Triangle or something. Like a vortex.
I've been here 600 years.
Whoa. Wow.
It's very specific.
That's not that long ago, was it?
That's
Sorry,
actually
never
very
mind.
Yeah, sorry, never mind. That's before this building.
Native.
Battery.
Low battery?
God.
Oh, didn't we just change that battery?
Dude. That thing just died. You saw that die.
Yeah. Did you just change that battery?
No, but I'm saying like, it still had battery in it.
What's up?
So when we came down the stairs, this bottom of the curtain was like the circling. And it was just so weird. And now it's
You see it,
that's
right?
not natural right now.
You see it, right?
Yeah. It's bulged out.
Yeah. But it's completely still. And when we were going down the stairs, it was just going around in circles.
I told Lauren when we first stepped into this room, I felt like something was like crushing my chest.
You could feel it.
I had to sit down.
You could feel it.
In here?
Yeah.
You could feel it in here a lot.
I felt
I sat down
when
and-
we first walked in up there into that back space, that's what I felt. I felt like it was like a smoker's cough. I know it was like shit, like I had social something in my lungs.
Yeah, I felt that up there on the balcony. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been construction stuff.
And then I was just, for the other,
This was
it's an old
like
space. It could be there.
mice. I was like, am I having a heart attack?
Yeah, this happened to you before with the cemetery, remember? Alright, we're coming through. Wow, it's like a breeze right from there. Dude, you see how far up you have to come for that light to turn on?
Can you feel us?
Yes, we feel you.
Don't come back through the curtain. There's something standing in front of the curtain.
Oh my god.
SLS.
Is that, what was her name? Wendy?
I'm standing here.
Disappeared.
Can you help?
Yes, we want to help you. Tell us how we can help you. Tell us how we can help you.
I'm literally standing here. There's just like I can see the whole outline. It's so weird. It's so weird.
I'm going through by myself now. Somebody back there? It's hot up here. It's extremely hot up here. Something bad happened up here?
Dude, I went to the restroom right now by myself.
Yeah.
And I can feel it. I can feel like it's because you know I was literally was like I love rattling these things up. I love rattling it up.
Dude, this place is different than like.
You can feel it, huh?
This whole place.
You can feel it.
This whole place feels like the fucking room where.
Yeah.
At the theater.
Yeah.
Admiral, this entire place feels like that. Especially up here is actually way creepier than that. You know?
We should go into the creepiest place right now.
I was just in there. It's you
Let's
can
go
hear
back.
noises.
Let's go back in there.
All right.
Anybody in here? Woo! I can feel that. Do you feel that? Am I tripping?
Yeah, and that number is up higher too. It's at 64.6. It was at 61 when I was in here earlier.
Earlier when I was in here with Steven, you were answering some of our questions. My name's Brad. This is John. If you want to make contact with us, you can use this device in my hands. Can you make a noise?
She's dangerous.
Who's dangerous? Linda Hazzard? She's dead now. So you don't have to worry about her anymore. We don't mean you any harm. Just make a noise to let us know you're here. He likes that guy, Steven. They like him. Do you like Steven? He works here. He's a bartender.
Breast ripper.
Oh my god.
I say breast ripper?
Yeah.
What the f? That's such a weird combination of
That
words.
is insane.
What the f? Holy shit.
They're serial killers who, you know, would maim people that way. It's like a sex thing.
Some Jack the Ripper shit.
Yeah, exactly. Were there victims of mutilation? Here? Did somebody mutilate you?
Do you hear that?
It could be the street. The street is like there.
What the fuck, man?
Did you hear that? That's the kind of noises we were hearing earlier. Can you do that again? You hear that? Oh, my fucking camera died.
Yo, let's get the
I just changed the battery.
Yo, let's get the fuck
I just changed the battery.
Yo, what do you want to do? You want to keep staying here?
Yeah, we
you
gotta stay in here, man. Dude, I just put a. Oh my god, I just put that.
Okay, I think. Okay, I want to stay in here, but I think we should change that
We gotta
battery.
stay in here, dude.
We gotta change the battery.
Dude, I just put this battery in here. Yeah, just. Yeah, it's just turned itself off. That is some weirdness.
Hell yeah.
Let's just stay in here. You hear that?
Yeah, who's up there?
Nobody.
Bullshit.
No, that's what the noise was.
Bullshit.
Dude, that's the fucking walking around, man.
What?
Yeah, can you do that again?
I've been here 1,000 years.
I don't believe you. Make 2 knocks if you're here with us. That was 1.
Holy
was 2.
shit. Hold on. Well, we gotta call.
No.
Well, let me text him and ask if there's somebody above us.
Okay, yeah. These are like sudden movements. That's the 3rd floor.
So we don't have to
That's
be
the
in the
chapel up there. We're gonna have to go up there. Like, I've been hearing noises up there all night.
Maybe we should go now.
Yeah.
Let's go now.
All right, we're gonna go up there.
They're gonna be up there. They gotta get there.
I've been here for 100 years.
Dude, there's nobody up here.
Dude, what the
And this
fuck?
light is almost dead now.
Is there a Dutch? Anybody in here?
Hey, hello?
What the f?
Bathroom?
Yeah, we should go in here.
This is like right above. Well, no, because.
Dude, no, it is. Isn't it?
Oh, actually, I think it is, yeah. No, because like okay, that's the elevator. The elevator was behind us. I think that we're like under this. So it would have been in here, or it would have been out there. But that was like loud. Like, not like something you would hear somebody just walking on concrete, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe it was in there, but like you see where the elevator is, and then you see where we were. We were across from it over there.
So you were over there.
We were like over there.
The top.
What's it? What's that? God damn, that fucker scared me.
Sick shit.
Damn. Hey.
You a real person? So yeah, we heard the noises again.
Yeah, because we heard the noises, and then I was like, wait a minute, how did they get up here? But I was like, this is the only floor you can access on the elevator without the cars. So I was like, they're not going to come back down if they want to.
We can't get back down?
Well, you can now, because that's why I came up.
I got you. Yeah, so I think that the noises we were hearing are, because the room is actually like over there under the street. I mean, not the street, but like, it's like outside the building. Because you think about where the elevator shaft is. Right?
The elevator?
Because of the layout.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. So it actually has to be underneath the road.
Yeah. I mean, it's still weird. I don't know how
Because
he make noises like that, but...
He literally said...
Because we heard something dragging there, saying that would have been me down there, probably.
Because he literally was like...
We've only been up here, like, 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you take the elevator down and you come out, so the room is actually underneath.
Yeah, from right there.
Yeah.
It's still really weird. I mean, are you gonna hear this? Like, really?
That would explain, because remember I said the odd time I could hear a car going past. Well, that would have been...
Oh, yeah.
That would have been like probably through a manhole or something.
You definitely hear that.
Which is crazy, is I think when they built this building, they actually built it out so underneath the roads, you know?
Yeah. Well, the road might have been further in.
Penelope.
Yeah, let's go back down and just retrace our steps to make sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure that is the layout, but just, you know what I mean?
But no, you get your point, yeah. Because yeah, we're on First Avenue, we're back, so it's straight down.
Yeah. Yeah. We would be
under the sidewalk.
Yeah, this is like right under the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And we heard the knock like over here, you know?
Wait, the two knocks were over here.
Yeah, I was hearing it mostly over here.
Before that, it was this wall 100%. It was the wall. And then there was one knock that came from somewhere, I think it sounded like up high over there.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time was this wall. Can you make a knocking noise if you're here?
That was a noise.
That was technically a noise.
I don't know what that was. I mean, it didn't seem like that was a car. I mean,
It just very wind going.
yeah, but it's just like straight slab up above us.
You know, that definitely on the car, that noise. Like, that,
Yeah, was it car?
No, it was like a gust of wind, but like, you're not going to hear that down here.
Yeah.
Can you try moving one of the glasses? Just a tiny bit.
All right, we're gonna leave now. Can you make one noise if you want us to stay?
that is. It's so
it's
distant.
It's the same thing again. But
I was wealthy.
Okay. Is that because you owned this business? Because you owned the mortuary?
Are you Mrs. Butterworth?
what happened to money? What did you do with the money?
Linda Hazzard often targeted wealthy, like housewives, because they had the money, and she would take their belongings before they were even dead, or right after they died. So a lot of times the wealthy were the target of those crimes.
That was like when I went to President Hotel, that was the story. The guy said he cured cancer. So then you pay all your money for him to cure you, and you just died, but how are you going to do it? And you're dead and you had all your money.
Right.
What's that?
Lily. It's kind of close to
Lydia.
Lydia.
Do you know a Lydia? Is there a Lydia that died here? Is there a Lydia here?
It disguises itself.
The person that hurt you?
That's what I was trying to say earlier. A lot of things leading to like, there was...
And it's like, if disguises itself, not he or she, it disguises itself.
Yeah, well...
Like a little girl.
Yeah. Whatever's here, are you not human?
We love talking.
We do, or you do? What do you want to talk about?
All right.
Going in.
Ancient again.
How old are you?
Here. Field boy. Escorts.
Did you work at the house that you reviewed?
Insane. Choke. You haven't tried.
Don't. Weird voice. Dead. I get something about. I'm dreading. Shedding. People. Body. Animal.
Are you a dog?
Beware. Beware park or heart. Jack. Gut. Be careful. Orb. Cough. Leave. Miserable. As I lay, bizarre, evil. Husband. Terror. Life is challenge. I had to shut
Well, we're tired, and we want to go home. It's what, 3?
So we're just wrapping up here, you guys. This is the end of the investigation. We had some really interesting encounters at the KELL'S pub here. I'm convinced that it's haunted.
Yeah.
I'd really like to come back again and do some further research. I think we have probably more questions than answers. But
well, this is round 2 for me, and I can tell you that's 2 strikes. If you know what I mean. It's definitely, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
So I say we come back again.
Keep your ears peeled and your eyes wide shut.
There
because
you go.
KELL'S Pub, definitely haunted.
Come here for the drinks,
Oh yeah.
food, the laughs, and the spirits.
Stick around for the next video. We'll be visiting Olalla, Washington, where Linda Hazzard had her sanitarium, and we'll also be visiting her grave, which is nearby in Queen Anne. So
whatever that is about to break free. We might want to hurry.
Yeah, for real. Thanks for watching. This is the Night Crew.
Hey, did any of you guys grab the compass?